Hello.
Hey, Divya, how are you?
Doing good.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? No. Can you hear me now? You can't hear me?
Maybe try going out and then coming back in again.
I'll do that. Do you hear me now?
No.
No? Crazy. I'll try another device. Do you hear me now?
No.
Is your microphone on?
Maybe I can't hear you. So do you want to go into Messenger and send me a message?
Yes. I'll send you a chat message. Chat.
It's a good point. Here we go. Let me just see.
So now? Nope.
Try now.
Yeah. Do
No.
you hear me? No.
Now?
No?
No. I'm just changing my microphone and speaker settings, but it's not doing anything.
I'm unmuted.
Unmute your speaker or increase volume to hear others. I can hear you.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yes.
That was me.
Yes.
Something
Yeah.
on my end.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. That happens.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll mute.
No, that's okay. You can talk. You can yeah. Feel free.
I don't know. You'll be guiding the meeting, so.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
Hi.
Hey, Shana.
Hi, Bronte. Hi, Divya.
Hi, Sharna.
All right. We'll just do a short grounding and then we shall start. So feel free to close your eyes and use this space to come back to being in your body. Taking some slow, deep breaths. Noticing where breathing is happening in your body. Acknowledging parts of the body that are calling your attention and love.
So I'm gonna.
Coming back to that place of wholeness with the earth, surrendering to her support underneath you. And from this place of wholeness, connection, being held and nurtured, from this place of safety, security, and love, beautiful new seeds and sparks of ideas and new beginnings can naturally come from the soil. And as your own divine creator, you can choose which projects you put your attention on. Now expand the heart. Notice how it feels to be bathing in your own light. And from that place of wholeness, we're in that perfect energy of growing and expanding your business. Now let's create a circle of light with our expanded lights, harmonizing with compassion, support, friendship, connection, wisdom, activating the intelligence from within. Resting, relaxing, trusting. Trusting you're in the perfect place. And all is in divine order. And coming back when you're ready. Okay, so I might just invite you to share how you're feeling today and something that you can celebrate about your business at the moment. Just pop that in the chat box. And then after that, I'm going to share the wisdom that I got from speaking to Lael Stone, who's a TEDx speaker and an author and a parenting expert. And then we'll open it up to mentoring for you both. Yeah, beautiful. Nice reminder, Shanna. It's like a constant daily practice. There's actually a great song by Maggie Rogers called Back in My Body. Highly recommend. It's beautiful. And if it's easier just to say it, Divya, than type it, then feel free. I just thought that might save us a little bit of time. You're on mute there.
Yeah, I was trying to type and it takes me out of the picture area. Yeah, I had a busy day. I was gardening after a long time, and it was kind of physically exhausting, but good. And business-wise, so I have this one client. I met him on the weekend, and we're going to continue with the next module. He wants to slow down, and I kind of agreed with that. And so I'm kind of giving him 2 extra weeks for each module. That seems fine for me. And the other thing that I did for it was that for the business was that I contacted Blue Dog to help me build my website.
Yep.
And I have an appointment with them on August 8th.
Cool.
And
that's great.
So I'll talk to Teresa, I think, the girl there.
Yeah, is it Terry? Or what did you say? Terry? Yeah.
No, I have to talk to her on. I got an appointment by Skype.
Yeah, on the 8th. Yeah.
By Zoom.
Yep. No, she's
on
lovely.
8th of August. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, she's really lovely. And her husband Clark does all the work, and yeah, he's amazing as well. Very quick. Yeah, whenever you ask them to do a job, they just do it straight away. They do it like literally within 24 hours. It's amazing.
Yeah. I figured I needed help. Otherwise, I would never get it done.
No, that's it. Yeah. It's a good investment. Great. That's exciting. And Shanna, you're proud of sticking with your current offering and letting it blossom in its own time. Oh my gosh, that is just such big work to do that. So big, because we can, as you know, we can run from this and flip between different things and tweak. And we talked about that last week, I think. And just holding your heart open, holding the vision of this one. It's you don't have to create more. This is worth it. And it's really nice to get that feedback from the woman that you had give feedback to your program.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know if it's happens, but I just noticed myself running. I was using when I walked the dog this morning. It's just, I've got like, I feel like I've got almost the universe academically, but just getting it in the body, getting in the body.
Totally. Well, I mean, I'm sure Divya might agree that's what the Killer Bee inquiries brought me. Like, just actually embody all the spiritual principles that we know. Is that true for you too, Divya?
Yeah, helps you experience it. Kind of.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So I had a mentoring session with Lael Stone, and so she's a mentor of mine, and like I'm doing her parenting course, and she has similar messages for the world to me, and I was just really interested. Like I was like, what am I missing here? Because she looks highly successful. Like, I'm in her course and she's got 35 people in there. The course was $1,000 each, so $35,000 launch for an 8-week course with not much content. You know, very, very kind of you know, a great course, but not a great deal of work for her. Like, it's easy for her. She's got a she's just hit 1 million views on her TED Talk, and she has an agent with, you know, speaking gigs every week. So lots of exciting things happening for her. So I wanted to pick her brain. I was like, how did you do this? Because this is, you know, just what I want. And I'm sure you guys can relate as well in various aspects. So the great thing was that she basically reflected back to everything that we do here. And she talked a lot about energy and just ensuring that you are you're coming back to yourself, you're knowing who you are, you're looking after yourself first and foremost, energetically being a vibrational match with the thing that you want, setting intentions, and then getting yourself out of your own way, also doing the inner work as well. So Shana, that beautiful quote, was it of Marianne Williamson's? Was it acknowledge your shadow?
Honor your shadow, claim your light.
Love it. Yeah. Honor your shadow, claim your light.
Yes.
Love it. Yeah. So that's, you know, what we're always doing here in the masculine, feminine, ensuring that we've got that balance of rest and then taking action, doing the inner work, and then affirming. So that was a big one that I got from her. I was kind of reflecting back on my own experience, having done so much inner work and shadow work for the Killer Bee inquiries, which was absolutely so valuable for me in terms of my mental health. But I can recognize that I definitely need more of the affirming, like actually just knowing that I can just verbally change that story here and now. And that's a lot easier now that I'm not holding so much trauma in my body. So like, yeah, verbally reframe. So when you hear a story in your head and it's, you know, it's a negative belief or whatever, or a fear of what could go wrong, what I've been practicing is actually just verbalizing the reframe and working it, not necessarily just like flipping it from negative to positive, but actually like looking at, you know, what is possible, knowing that life is a game. This is a game we can play here. This is, if you see life as a playground, that's kind of, yeah, what I was focused on last year. It was like, this is a playground. Like, it's literally, were you talking about imagination as well, Shanna?
Yes.
Yeah. It's literally like, well, you've got these resources here. Like, how can you make this fun? And that's another great part of affirming and intentions that I use. Like, when we get scared or nervous or perhaps a little bit serious, we can infuse fun in our intention. So you might jump onto your next clarity call and intend that it's going to be fun with this person, and that just makes it lighter and less like, oh, I've got to get it all right and this has all got to be perfect. So that was a big one that I got from her. The second one was she's surprisingly spiritual, and she's like, I'm always just asking, show me where you need me. So she's listening to her intuition and just going, okay, trusting that. And actually, trust was the first week in the parenting course, which I thought, okay, this is, I don't know, you know, what this is really about for parenting. But when we can trust that our kids are okay, or when we can trust that life will support us, when we can trust that the money will come in, when we can trust that life has us, then that's, you know, the perfect foundation to come from. And that all this work that we do to come back to the ground and back to our bodies and back to being supported by the earth, like having a sense of heaviness and weight in the body, that will help you be embodied. From that place, then you can be like, yeah, life is going to support me. So how can I be this light for the world? And I had this interesting moment just here walking this morning. My next door neighbors, you know, energetically, their house is very different to ours, and there was a part of me that was like, I didn't want to walk across their driveway because I didn't want to like feel their energy. And it was like, just go on your path. And then Spirit was just like, no, walk your light through the driveway and like bring your light to that part of the world. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, how can we light up the room? How can we just use and know that our light is so expansive, it's so expanded, it's so, you know, such a high vibration, it has such an effect to change and shift energy right across the planet. That's how we want to be in the world, on our calls, with our clients, even with people, you know, just in the world, just generally, when we're working on our offerings, look like being with our offerings. So, you know, you really want to have a sense of a loving relationship with your offering. I just lit a candle for my book, because it's like, you know, love your book, love your offering, love money, love, you know, what can you love? How can you cultivate a loving relationship with all those resources? The next one I got was, we were talking about workshops and presentations, and I was talking about how I don't even know if people will understand what I'm saying, and how can I pack what I know into a 2-hour workshop when I feel like I need them for like 2 years. And she said, you just want them to take away 2 things. Just 2 things. And if they're taking 2 things away, that's great. That's enough for them. And then of course they'll come and find you for more information if they want to go a little bit deeper. So that might help for any webinars or Facebook lives that you might be doing, or workshops, in-person presentations and stuff. She also talked about the 3 levels of consciousness, which we've talked about here. I've talked about it as 3 levels of awareness. So you'll have the intro people, the people who kind of know a little bit more, and then the people who know as much as you. So you want to, she said, you speak to the first level of consciousness, so the intro people, but then you dribble through, you sprinkle through the 2nd and 3rd levels of consciousness stuff as well. So you're like, you know, you're supporting and engaging everyone. Yeah, just another reminder, change energetically every day, like create new stories all the time. So it's like basically installing beliefs within your system. She said just to be you on social media. She also talked about a sense of fun, which we have already discussed. And she also spoke about how the best speakers are the storytellers, which I think we already know. And yeah, so just to summarize the things I got out of the session with her was get out of the way, set intentions, make it fun, and ask Spirit, show me where I'm needed. Trust the timing, remember that life's a game and where I am is perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I hope you found that helpful. If you have any comments or reflections on that, then feel free to jump in now.
There's so many reminders. I feel like this is swimming around me everywhere. And as Marianne Williamson said the other night, we're all getting the same downloads, people. We just have to act on them. Do you know? And it's listening. I'm feeling myself do less of the masculine, oh yeah, same story, same stuff, as opposed to, there it is again. There it is again. It is about trust. It is about, I'll never miss what's meant for me. It is about, and, the Course in Miracles talks about who will you have me be today? What will you have me say?
Yep. Yeah.
Which is a similar thing. It comes, and I think the same version is in lots of different spaces. And it is that beautiful thing that says, I wish I could repeat exactly what Marianne Williams said about humility, but she defined humility and arrogance. And that, arrogance is really playing small and saying, who am I for Spirit to flow through me? Because in fact, the humility is getting out of the way. So yeah, they're great little reminders. And that 2 things to take away from any kind of talk or workshop is such a good one, isn't it? Because you start yourself preparing it. And I've been talking to Amanda with her, pulling her stuff together, and our heads just get us so tangled again and again, don't they? Just going, but they have to know everything I've ever experienced in my life because that will change their life. And it's like, but it can't. We all of us only ever take. I'm sure Marianne Williamson said many, many, many more things than I managed to glean or write down.
That is it. Yeah. And it comes back to what I just wrote from what you said. I'll never miss what is meant for me, right? So that's the same for everyone in the audience or in your community. They might read your posts and they might just pick up that one thing, not the full thing. And that's always also a good reminder that I've spoken about before, that we try and pack so much into a post because we know so much, but it's information overload and people don't want to read a lot of text. So it's like, can you just just trust that they will get that one thing that they need. I love that. I'll never miss what is meant for me. It's divine order.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah. And it's, it makes us relax, doesn't it, in a way?
Yes. Yeah. What about you, Divya? Any kind of reflections on what was just shared?
No, I like this idea of like getting out of my way. And I've noticed that it helps, like KI really helps me with getting out of my way. And and I still find myself getting in my way.
Yes, I think that's human.
Like I'll have like self-doubts and I'll read something else and I'll say, okay, maybe my messaging was wrong and I should try something else. And then I'll doubt that also, like, why did I message like that? Maybe I'm alienating people by talking like that.
Yes.
And that kind of like, then I work through that and it's kind of
yes,
like
I hear you.
Getting out of my way again and again, kind of coming in my way and getting out of my way.
I just want to reflect back that piece around feeling like you have to tweak your message because someone else has done it this way. I forgot to mention, Lael said, like she said she wakes up in the morning and she reminds herself who she is. And I've also heard someone else say, I don't get on social media, I don't tell Facebook who I am. I remember who I am before Facebook tells me who I am. Because if you kind of like, I know I'll be wanting to check how that post went last night, so it's like, how many likes did I get, and then it's judgment on, okay, well, I'm only that successful because there's only that many people, or that I'm really successful today.
50-50, like 50% times I tell myself who I am, and then 50% time I check Facebook
to find who that is.
Totally, exactly. So she does that, and then she did talk about that. She said this is how she said she uses social media as a microphone. So, and she says, here's what I believe, and this is my message. So again, it comes back to just come back to yourself. Like when the doubts come in, like I've just spent this morning having a big cry, having a big walk, and it's like I'm coming back to me. Who am I from that place of trust where I am supported? Okay, from that place, here's what I believe, and this is my message. I had another mentor tell me today, just this week, that she's very good at astrology. She knows, everything about everything. And this was my message, but it probably is as helpful for you guys to know this, that the energies at the moment are about intelligence and I think. So wisdom and intelligence. So it's the time to share your opinion, to say, this is what I think, this is how I see the world, this is my message. It's not going to be anyone else's. It's not going to be the same as anyone else's. So it's like getting comfortable with that your opinion is a part of you. You can have an opinion. I think with the kind of no self part of spirituality, we can get, I know I got completely entangled with that, not allowing myself to have an opinion for many years because of, that kind of no self idea. Yes. But it's like, we're human beings. We are here to have an opinion. We are here to have a story. We are here to have a side or a preference or an argument. That is our passion. That's our fire. That's our humanness.
Yeah, I think I've downplayed like having opinion, like the importance of having an opinion for a long time in my life. And what I'm finding is that as I do more and more Facebook Lives, I find as I look at myself, like the videos, the recordings, I see that I'm feeling more and more confident in what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I'm having like doubts about that. I might be alienating some people by doing so, but it's kind of, I don't think so. Rationally, it doesn't make sense. But that's how that's what how my subconscious is working. That by being more confident and by being more myself, I might be alienating some people who have been following me previously because of my previous persona.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So a couple of things there, like you can do KI on that. You can also trust that, like, you're not here to help everyone. So as you evolve, your message evolves, people will come and go. And if you think about life is about giving and receiving. Life is about coming and going. Life is about in and out. So like, it's okay, like, let those people go. If you're saying a different message, or if you are, you've got a different personality because of all the work that you've done, like, I mean, it's divine order. Those people who don't agree, they're either not going to care, or they're going to get triggered. And if they get triggered, you're their teacher. So it's like win-win-win. There's no loss here. It's literally divine in any possible way that it goes. It's you're either going to be successful, or you're going to be not successful and get the juice from that. You're going to get the wisdom from that. You're going to find a sense of revelation or freedom or peace, joy from that. Does that make sense? You can also affirm, right? So you can affirm something like, well, let's do a little bit of KI. Like, so the worst thing is that you'll alienate them, is it? What does that mean about you?
It's like I'm unwanted.
Okay. So can you be with those words and those sensations? Seeing it as a gift to come to the surface. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here. I love you. I see your letters. I love you. Noticing how these sensations want to express themselves.
Yeah, that kind of moved.
Okay, so now you're just back at 0 point consciousness. Then now let's recreate. So we want to claim the light, right? So what is the story here? So coming back to what Lael is saying is basically we can make up whatever story we want here. So actually she said that she made up a story that if people don't like what I'm saying, I won't even know about it. And she said there is evidence in her life that she does not know the people who don't like her stuff. She said, I'm sure there's people who don't agree with me or don't like what what I'm putting out, but she never hears about it. And then she told a story of a client of hers who has like 80,000 Instagram followers and is trolled all day, as in, getting hate mail all the time. And it comes back to intention, comes back to what do you want to experience, and then playing with the energy of life. How do you want like, and it also comes back to, where's our attention going? If we're worrying about alienating people, then we're going to alienate people. I know that that's surface level, possibly new age, spiritual bypassing, but it's not. Once we've done the work, there's actually no point in us like sinking into our own darkness and stay in the dark. Like someone said the other day, was it you, Shana, or someone said the other day about, oh yeah, Kate, my massage lady, she said, you want to acknowledge and honor the dark, but you don't want to like get stuck there or stay there or like, move into that victim consciousness. We actually want to do the work and then get out and then be the light.
That's what Marianne Williamson says. She says, enough with the inner child, let's find our inner adult.
Yes. Love it.
And it's true.
That is good. That is so good, because we are adults. We're the ones, like the kids need us. Like, we are the ones. Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Like no one's gonna come. No one's coming. It's our
such
job.
old remnants, isn't it? It's especially as women, if you stick your head out, you'll be burnt at the stake. If you give your opinion, and we're caught between my opinion will actually make me die, and I will alienate and be rejected by. And they're these two ends of a spectrum that are giving us limiting stories, aren't they? And I hear you, Divya. I've witnessed them in myself too. And then I think, you know what? I don't want the hard work of working with somebody who's come to me because I was not who I really am.
Yeah,
that's really hard work.
Exactly.
Well, that's true.
I want if I'm truly me and they go, oh, I really like what she's doing and the way she's doing it, then it's an absolute delight to work with them because I'm just keeping being me.
Yes. Yep.
And it's easy. It's super easy because they understand the language I speak, because that's why they came to me.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And so, Divya, do you kind of can you relate to this idea that life is a playground and that you can choose here? You can choose something different here. Like how, like in terms of this piece around alienating people, like I'll give you an example. I brought on you and other people to run my KI sessions for some of my clients, and there was a fear around, I'm letting my clients down. What if the KI facilitators don't do as good a job as me? And then what I realized was, well, what if the KI facilitators are better than me? What if their experience with the KI facilitator that they're matched with is actually better for the client? So how can you bring this piece around the people that you're worried about alienating?
So what I see is that sometimes I want my energy to change to be more like what I really feel like, more in line with that. And I want it to show, because the reason is that previously the clarity calls I've had with people, there have been quite a few people that I had like fun talking to because of the nature of the script, and they got a good thing out of it. And I like that they benefited from that. But there was a lack of resonance in some way, like the language they were speaking and the expectations some of them had of me were kind of, particularly in one particular case I remember, was very outside what I feel internally. Like one of the potential clients was that I had clarity call, a quick consult, they didn't come to a clarity call, was about they were trying to contact their ancestral spirits, and I have no experience whatsoever in that. And I didn't think that I was putting that out, but somehow, maybe because of the way I was talking, the way of the energy that I was projecting was like that. So I really like this idea, this thing that the change that's happening in me, I should I want to welcome it because it's kind of more in line with how I feel inside, and I want that to show outside so that the people I'm getting are more in line with what I am inside.
Yeah.
So that it kind of, as you said, that so that I don't have to do the hard work of bringing them the working with people who I don't resonate with.
That's it. Do you know, you can also do a post on that too. Say, my work does not include working with ancestral spirits.
Yes,
My work
yes.
does include getting rid of pain, trauma, emotional repression. Just be super
that's a good
clear.
idea.
Yeah. And it's a bit of an energetic stand as well. It's like, this is who I am. This is what I'm calling in, and I'm making it public.
Yes. It keeps it simple also, like, it keeps it clear for other people also.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, so Shanna, what would you like help with today?
What would I like help with today? What I was, when I was walking, what I was sort of reflecting on, which is sort of in scope and sort of out of scope, is the letter to spirit that you talked about last time. And just touching, I guess, again on how to actually do that. What would be the structure of that?
Yeah. Oh, cool.
That's my question, because I've got, there's lots of stuff that I there's only so many conversations you can have about certain things. You have to go away and do it and try it and do just feel through making stuff happen. So we'd just be rehashing other advice that have been given, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. That's it. And I think we can talk about strategy till the cows come home, but it is that embodiment piece of trusting and moving into relaxing and communing with God.
And it being true. I think, as we were talking about, when I was talking about imagination is the consciousness. Consciousness is imagination.
Yeah.
The alignment is really, and it's the getting out of our own way and all of those things. It's actually really about when we have cleared everything that might be doubt around a particular truth. It literally just happens. And so all the inner work that we're doing, all of the stuff about trying not to get too serious and all those things, all the playfulness is playing with spirit, is saying, I'm not doing this on my own.
Yeah.
There's energies around me that are human energies and other energies that are all conspiring for me to rise.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so the invitation with the dear spirit and those sorts of things is just that thing that takes away from the humanness of doing.
Yeah, which is beautiful and so integral and just exquisite. That's what life is.
Yes.
That feeling piece.
Yes.
So one thing that just came through when you were talking was that if you want to fast track getting over the belief, go and do the thing. Go and do the thing.
Yes.
Because, we can be doing our inner work till the cows come home, but it's like the thing that's going to make you get over it is actually to do the thing.
Yeah. Create evidence.
Yeah. Create evidence that you're not going to die. They're not going to kill you. They're not going to put you on a, burn you on a stake. But the rest is the other kind of next piece would be like, how when you're all heady and you're like, it feels kind of heavy, but you feel like this is the way this is what I should be focusing on for a prayer or a letter, like versus this gentleness, what you really want, what your heart really wants. And it probably doesn't make sense business wise, but then that by getting by fueling and connecting with that thing that your heart really desires, it ends up being exactly what your business needs. So yeah, to give you an example, you know, a heady kind of, and I'm going to add more to that as well because there's a bit of a disclaimer. Like a heady example could be, dear Spirit, thank you for giving me, oh gosh, I don't even know if I can say it. I'm going to say the disclaimer first.
Yeah.
That we also need to be specific with what we want. So what I was going to say was that your letter to Spirit might feel heavy when you say, thank you for sending me 5 new clients in August.
Yeah.
But just notice to see what feels, does that actually feel in alignment? Like, as in, is there another piece, like an underneath piece, like friendship, support, love, care, nurturing? Is that required before you kind of go for the 5 clients? Or do you feel so nourished that those softer feminine pieces are complete? You are, you know, satisfied and balanced from that place. And yes, do you actually need to claim I'm just going to ask for what I want? Because I know, you know, this is another piece, right? Like probably in corporate, how do I ask for what I need? How do I ask for what I want? Like we need to remember, you know, not to be too fluffy or too indirect about things. We need to be specific and go, you know, sometimes I see Spirit as my, like, I see, like, you know, source energy, Spirit as my bank account. And then I just ask for the download. It's the download of money. So it's kind of like a money transfer. It's like you're not going to get a money transfer until you actually request the money to come down to your bank account. But yeah, it's probably more about just coming back, you know, putting all of the, you know, oils, incense, bath, sounds, meditation, energy work, all of those beautiful rituals first to get you into that space of communing with the divine. And then it's just writing what comes without being too heady about it.
And that's the thing, I think, with that I'm, you know, we've always known everything that we observe again, but sometimes it's on another level. And I know that I am deeply spiritual and deeply heady. Like I really can have a very academic conversation about all kinds of things. And that's a gift in some ways. But it does lead to everything being rhetoric. And so that conscious effort to pull it into embodiment, to pull it into, okay, well, it's actually more nourishing to manifest 3 of those things than to know 100 of them.
Yes. Wow.
And that's really what I'm trying to distill and be mindful of. Choose a path and stick with that path and be in that path and embody that path. And and that feels like then, you know, I, you know, watch myself throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, well, don't get so heady to ask for 5 clients. You know, what is it that's underneath that? What am I scared of? What am I, you know, why wouldn't that be true? Because my head totally believes that should be true. I mean, I've done all the work and I can sit with anyone and help them improve their lives. But how do I, you know, and I know how, I guess we even know how. It's patience and faith and trust in continuing to sink.
Yes,
into
the patience
those spaces.
All of it. But I think the patience is a really good one. You know that quote from John Lennon about life is what happens between making plans, and the idea of death can help as well too. Like if you've had death, like people die around you, that can kind of spark a like, oh shit, I could die in a week. Like, do I really want to be running around like a headless chook, or do I want to sink into how it actually feels to be alive right now?
I think for me, and just there's a lot of cleansing. I want to throw so much away, and it needs to happen. I've been battling that for a long time. And that's the thing, you can only do so many. It's a bit like I talk about with, we have to spend half the time listening to spirit, not just talking the whole time.
Yep. And I think your letter can be the start of the conversation. It's like, okay, well, you can even be very blunt and just, it's essentially journaling, isn't it? Just go, look, this is bullshit. We need money like now. What am I missing here? Like, show me.
Yes.
I'm learning. So please show me what's the next step.
Yeah. I like that. That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome. So just let you know, I have a call at 11, like in 11 minutes. So I need to finish right on. So I'll just open it up to both of you for any final pieces that you'd like support with.
I'm not sure. I guess one of the things that if you please jump in if you have something else that's more important. I'm feeling like I actually need to get at least a little social media strategy in place, so that it's, because whilst I've got some good posts there, and I do need to do another reel series, it kind of needs to have a meaning to it as opposed to being random.
Yes.
In the messages that I'm giving. So yes, I think, and I did go to there's a group here in Adelaide called SA Soulpreneurs, which is basically women who are coming together from a soul space as well. And they had a workshop that was Socials with Soul.
Oh, nice.
So I've got some stuff there. I know you have your rhythm of what you would post it, on particular days. Do you have other sort of strategy around storytelling or building a picture? Or
I do. So I actually have thrown that routine out because I felt a little bit tangled by it. And my coach actually said, once you know the Facebook post or the social media post types, you can just kind of let it go, and just then you can just let it be more intuitive. So for August, so I'm always clear on what I'm selling.
Okay.
So I'm selling the KR for Parents and Children course this month. I know how many people we need to sign up to the course to make the financial goal that I have for the month. And then what I'm doing is any ideas that I have, which, my gosh, I spent the whole 2 nights ago just not sleeping, but just use your notes section. So when the inspiration comes, just note the idea of the post down. And then what I'm doing is, like, I know my Facebook posts that are realistic and have they show my vulnerability, they do well. But I'm also conscious of the wider community. When they come to meet who I am, they need to know that there's a brand there. So what I'm doing is I'm alternating between a story post, which is a real life picture of me and all my kids, and then other post is a Canva template that's showing that sense of security of, this is who I am, this is my brand, and I'm a real business, not just this random person who's posting things. And then the other thing that's shifted for me is for a long time, because I had significant success with the Soul Worker Academy, which was a program I ran years ago before I found KI.
Okay.
My growth was quick, and I had this expectation that I should have just continued with the growth. But my whole KI journey, just everything went back to ground like zero. And so what I am, something has shifted in that I actually don't care how many people are liking my posts.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing is I'm literally seeing, like, I can't believe it, actually. This is like groundbreaking for me, to be so happy that 6 people have liked a post. Knowing that they have really got the message.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can feel that they get what I'm saying, and I can feel that they appreciate so much the information that I'm sharing.
Mm-hmm.
There's something really powerful about this shift for me. It's like, if 6 people can get what I'm saying, like, that is enough. If 6 people are listening, that is enough. I know, that's probably a cliche, and we all kind of intellectually know that, but this, for me, it's just been like, they hear me. So I'm really focused on a contained, being so on point with what I'm putting out in the world, that it's moved from, okay, it's the end of the day, I'm really tired after a massive day and I better get something out. It's not that anymore. I've changed to do my posts when the kids are in the bath, before 7 p.m, because 7 p.m. is my time. That is like the best time in terms of reach. So Facebook, the business suite, will tell you what times are good for you.
Okay.
And I do it from Facebook as well, from business, the business suite. So that means it just feels more professional. Like, it's not just this casual post. It's like, this is a real business and a real thing and a real message here. So that's been a great change. And I think that probably, that's all I want to share about that.
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you. And I it's good to get a bigger picture sense. And for me, I'm feeling like I want to educate more in, making a more education posts that are specifically, several slides that are actually providing it, because I haven't really done that. So yeah, no, that's good, because I feel like I'm feeling into weaving my personal, like, why do I do what I do, or some of those things that reveals a little bit about, well, I had a childhood that, overloaded me with stress and anxiety. So, which is most of our stories. So yes, weaving those two together, I think, is a good thing. Yeah.
Solid point. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Weaving it. Yep. Something just came before too. Yeah, I'm not sure though. Any final questions?
No, I think that's great. Thank you, and thank you for sharing what Lael said. That was all.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. So Shana, or Divya, this is Shana's last day in PPPP. So Shana, it's been such a blessing to have you, your wisdom and your inspiration and your commitment, diligence, dedication, but also your heart and your knowledge, wisdom. I can't wait to read your book.
Thank you.
That will come.
It will come. Yes.
And you just, you've got the pieces here, and it's just the returning to self, continuing to nourish that, and knowing that each of us are in exactly in the place that we're exactly meant to be. Like, where else would we be?
Where else would we
very
be?
Egoic, isn't it? Oh, I should be somewhere else.
Isn't it funny? Yeah. Thank you so much, Bronte, and thank you for those kind words. It's been a great journey, and it's definitely launched me, into clarifying and understanding my next steps. Obviously, we're constantly building But it's been great sharing, and it's been great hearing you, Divya, and I really like seeing the stuff that you post. So good luck on your journey too.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks so much.
Yes, you're welcome. And Shana, if you'd like to write a testimonial of your experience of PPPP, I'd love to read it and share it if that feels
no worries. More than happy. Yeah. Great.
All right. Take
Thanks.
care, lovely.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.